Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to today's video. It's a great pleasure having you today. And my name is David Carlson, and today I want to talk about easy steps to pass an exam. I chose this topic today because of uh, the stress, would I call it a stress that a lot of people put themselves through when preparing for exam. They kind of wonder, how do I sit for this exam? Though the preparation that goes into writing an exam, especially terminal or promotional examination, my gosh. I remember sitting also for my final exam in secondary school. I can remember the tension. I could feel it. It was in the atmosphere. Everybody could feel the tension. I know a lot of us must have gone through that kind of emotional high in preparation for very important exam, either a promotional exam, terminal exams, exams in terms of business. You want to up your certificates and what have you. So today, I'm going to be talking about 6 easy steps to pass any exam. 6 easy steps. All right. Now, the first one I want to talk about with you is you need to discover your learning style. That is your number one. Very, very important. It's necessary for you to know your learning style. All right. And then there are several learning styles. All right. But the 4 common ones, or the 4 ways in which they are generally categorized, are the visual learner, the audio-visual learner, or also known as the reader, right? We have the audio learners, and then we have the tactile learner. So are you a visual learner? That is learner or someone who learns basically with or by what they see. They retain information better and faster via what they see. Are you an audio learner? That means you retain information better by hearing. Are you a read and write learner? You read aloud to yourself, you like taking jottings? Or are you a tactile learner? You prefer getting your hands on the material you are working on? When you know your learning style, it is the very first step to the right direction, which is passing your examination. All right? Because each of these learning styles have unique traits. I've talked about this in the previous video, which I will encourage you to go and download and watch. I've talked about the unique traits of each of these learning styles. All right. Then, number 2, create time to study. You need to find what time works best for you. This is not the time for you to follow Mr. A because Mr. A prefers reading at night. You also want to read at night. I bet you would have realized that not everybody actually loves reading at night. While I was in school, I had classmates that prefer reading during the day. They don't joke with their night sleep. Okay, there are people like that. They prefer sleeping at night and then working during the day. Someone like me, no, I can't just sit down during the day to read. But I'm wasting my time. I'll be wasting my time. So I find myself to be the studious type at night. And then even at night, they fall into categories. There are some that will prefer to read before they sleep. They'll start reading 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 9 p.m. They read way into the morning, early hours of the following day, and then go to bed. And there are other categories of people that will sleep first, and they'll wake up early hours of the following day to study till dawn. Which category do you fall into? As a student, I prefer sleeping first. I'll sleep 9 p.m., 8 p.m., I have my sleep till 1, 2, then I wake up to read till dawn. So you need to find your unique time to study. And that time should be where you have least distraction. Where you're going to have least distraction and maximum concentration. All right? Third, get more than one reference material or textbook. That's the third point. So if you're going to pass an exam excellently, you need to get more than one material. Especially if you are a read and write learner. Get more than one material. Take your jottings, all right, which I'm going to talk about very, very soon. Now, get more than one reference materials. Read wide. Have extensive knowledge about that particular exam. If there are past questions, available past questions, get your hands on them. Get different reference material, okay? Thank God for the internet today. So go online, make researches, and get much more knowledge than one reference material can give to you. Number 4, this word is especially a trait for the read and write learner, which is take personal jottings while reading. That's the number 4 point. Take personal jottings. Now, while you are reading, I highly advise that you have a jotter by you. So when you are reading, always try to paraphrase whatever you have read in your own words, in a way that you can understand it. So you are taking your jottings. Mind you, you are not copying the textbook. All right? You are not copying your textbook. You are taking jottings in such a way that you would understand. In other words, you are paraphrasing what you are reading. Okay? So take personal jottings for every topic that you are reading. Arrange them in such a way that you can relate with. Okay? Now, before I go on, I would like you to hit the subscribe button. I would like you to share this video. I would like you to comment the comment section below and tell me which of these techniques has worked for you in previous exam, or which one you are going to adapt to for the next coming examination. All right? Okay, let's go. Number 5, do not cram. Very important. Don't cram. If you are going to write an exam and you want to come out successful, now, I always like to tell people this. The outcome of an examination is not a determinant of your intelligence. All right? So when going for an exam, my thought is this. The exam does not determine how intelligent I am. It's after the exam. The exam is to prepare me to test what I know. It can't test everything I know. So after the exam, what next? That is where cramming will not take you to. Cramming may make you pass an exam, but after the exam, can you be able to deliver? You see? So that is why I tell people, do not cram. Know that subject matter for yourself. Now, one of the things that make people cram is fear. You think the subject is too monotonous, the subject matter is boring, so you just want to cram the formula, especially if you're having problem with mathematics. Now let me say this. If you're having problem with mathematics, the solution to solving maths is very simple, and this same principle you can apply to all your subjects. This is the principle. Understand how the formulas are derived. Don't cram formulas. Understand the principle, understand the laws, understand the equation behind the formulas. When you understand that, you will then be able to derive the formulas. You don't need cramming. When you understand that the area of a circle gives a particular, the area of a circle, the perimeter of a circle, the whatever shapes and stuff, you are talking about equation in physics or what have you. Once you understand the rationale behind the formula, you don't need to cram anymore. So that is your goal. That should be your motive. That should be your goal. Understanding the way or the reason behind the formula or the equation. All right. And finally, when you cram, you cannot share knowledge. You can't share what you cram. Researches have shown that minutes after you have written your exam that you crammed for, you forget virtually 90% of what you have crammed for. So it's a wasted time. Why not you understand what you are reading, get all the information, write the exam to the best of your ability, and then you can defend what you have written. Okay. And then number 6 point. Now you can make use of mnemonics. Mnemonics are very good, especially if you're a tactile learner, you're a kinematic learner. Mnemonics are a very good way to memorize what you are reading. Especially if you are taking your jottings. I talk about taking your jottings, and for the read and write learners, use mnemonics. How many of us remember things like in primary school, we are talking about the characteristics of living things, where we learn things like Mr. Niger Dark. I don't know if many of you are familiar with it. The M for movement, R for reproduction, the N for nutrition, I for irritability, G for growth, E for excretion, R for reproduction, D for death, A for adaptation, C for competition. You see, it's not about cramming. I knew it's because of the mnemonics, Mr. Najadat. So it has been in my memory ever since primary school. And I bet you also know things like that, mnemonics that has helped you, the first 20 elements. There was a song you used when you were in nursery school to know the first the months of the year. There was this song for days of the week, things like that. Acronyms and mnemonics play a great role in helping you remember what you have learned during your study time or class. So these are the 6 magical points. If I permit me to use the word magical, but these are the 6 techniques that when you apply any of them or all of them, you end up having success in any examination you sit for. So I would like you to once again subscribe to this video. I'd like you to share. I'd like you to comment down below. Tell me your views and let's discuss. Thank you so much.